Hi guys, hola, soy Nala. How are you guys doing? Now when I want to record a YouTube video, planes want to come by and it's a little bit sprinkling right now, but hopefully you guys won't be able to see that. Anyways, you guys, today I'm going to be talking about the importance of protecting your purity, your innocence. I've came a long way. Like, I'm only 19. I went my whole life. Like, I still have a lot of my first everything, all to myself. Haven't exposed it to anybody yet. And I want to talk about how important it is to keep it. And I know, like, when you go on social media, it's so normalized to talk about sexual things and, like, it's so, they normalize, like, teen pregnancy, and they just normalize everything is just sexual nowadays. Like, they're not even trying to hide anymore. Like, they force losing your virginity, or you're having to have to do this or this to keep a man or to keep a relationship, and you have to feel happy by drinking or smoking, and I really wanted to make this video for, like, the people out there who still have, like, you know, their first kiss, or who still have, like, things a lot of people don't have nowadays, just to continue to protect that innocence. Like, I'm one of those people, and I know often at times it can feel super lonely and feel like you're missing out on a lot of things, because I've definitely have felt like that. I just remember, especially, like, in high school, like, that's when it's really, like, really peer pressure. Like, I've run into a lot of friends, old friends, that, you know, used to like me, and people I used to be super close with that even tried to cross my boundaries and try to peer pressure me into doing stuff I did not want to do with them. And one thing I loved about myself, and, like, the world too, like, the God that I serve, you guys, I was always protected. And of course there was times, you know, being a teenager, I really wanted to do things, you know, I really wanted to have, like, that teenage high school experience, you know, just to be, you know, just to have fun, because I just felt so left out, you know. I had strict parents already, and I was always super lonely too, because I went to 5 high schools, you guys. I was always moving, so I didn't really have time. Like, when I would get comfortable, when I would finally get comfortable somewhere, it was like, pack your bags, it's time to leave. And as somebody who has social anxiety, that was already a lot for me, because it's just like, dang, as soon as I get comfortable, I gotta go. As soon as, like, I'm about to open up and get out of my shell, like, it's time for me to start all over again. And I'm gonna just tell you guys a little story time with Nala, of how protecting my purity, my innocence, and setting up those boundaries, and, like, why they are so important and how it saved me. I had this one friend, you guys, I was really close with. I low-key was starting to like them. Like, they were so cool. Like, we vibed off great. Chemistry was great. Friendship was great. And I knew them for, like, a couple of months. And, like, they would always tell me how pretty I was, how attractive they were to me, how much they loved my energy, my presence. They always used to tell me how much of an amazing person I was. And as somebody who was, like, really shy and didn't really I'm not going to say not really knowing her worth, because I always knew how amazing I was. But sometimes, like, being in situations and areas where you look different than everybody else, it's kind of hard to value your beauty and your worth, and to, you know, just realize that you're human too, when society sometimes thinks the complete opposite of you. Not even sometimes, all the time. Every room that I would walk into, I would feel so isolated. I would always feel like I would have to have this guard up, like this fake mask, because people would not accept who I was, like, naturally, like, and that's okay. But, like, it was really hard for me, and it messed up my self-esteem growing up, especially being the only black girl in schools. It really messed me up in the head sometimes. Like, I'm still healing from it, but I know like how bad it messed up my childhood experience. Anyways, so they was just like, they would always tell me like, yo, like, you know, and sometimes like I knew, you know how like you felt like you swear like you thought this person was gonna be in your life for the rest of your life. Like I really thought this person was sent from God, the universe, whatever you guys want to, whatever you believe in. I really thought this person was sent for me. And I was willing to give it a shot. But something happened, and I'm so happy it did, because the change of like from who they are now to who they were back then, they are so completely different. I remember like they would always tell me, they would always like try and like ask me out and, you know, give off those hints, but I would always reject them, because as much as I did like them and did want to give it a shot, something was feeling off. And a lot of the times, like I guilt tripped myself back then. I guilt tripped myself so bad, because I really thought it was just my anxiety. Like, oh no, you're just overthinking it. Like I had so much loyalty and so much just love for this person that it started to become like I couldn't see them doing me dirty. I couldn't, like, I had so much loyalty. Like when I'm friends with somebody, anybody who I allow into my life, I am automatically gonna trust you. I have so much loyalty for you, so much grace for people. Like when I allow people in my life, because I'm such like a hard shell. Like I know a lot of people know me, but I am really like set on boundaries, and I'm very strict on who I allow in my circle. So basically I started having dreams like months prior, before they even betrayed me. I started having dreams of this person doing me dirty, and like they were just talking about me, and like they were just saying a whole bunch of stuff that I thought they would never do in the dream. They were making rumors about me. They were calling me ugly. They were just shattering, like just trashing my name. And my naive self, I would get these dreams constantly, and I never realized how gifted I was. This was before I even learned about like spirituality, the gift of discernment. Like I was so young, I didn't know. I didn't know. Like I kept on trying to hide my gifts away, like not listen to the gifts that was given to me, because the world told me like, Nala, you're crazy. Nala, you're tripping. Like the people around me told me like, girl, ain't nothing, like, girl, you just doing too much. And my body, even like the more I hanged around this person, my body would start feeling sick and would start acting up. Like I'd either get goosebumps. There was a time period, literally a week before I got betrayed by this person, I was so sick. Like, you guys, I was deathbed sick. Like I have never felt so sick. My grades, like my body was so sick. My grades, I started falling back from my classes. Like I started failing classes. Like my grades just started dropping. Like I felt so sick. My health was down, and I felt so weird, but I thought it was just like, maybe there was just something wrong with me. Couple years now, that the wisdom that I have, I'm like, it was that person. My body, always listen to your body before you listen to everybody else. The way your body feels around people, that's everything you need to know about that person. If you feel weird all of a sudden, when you was just happy and you get that wave of sadness when you're around somebody, or just that weird feeling, and I had that weird feeling, but I thought I was tripping. I'm like, bro, this person has been so good to me. Well, I thought they was. from what I have seen. And I felt so like stuck. I just felt so lost with myself. I stopped believing in my intuition. Like, I wasn't there in the head at all. So when all this happened, and a week later I get betrayed, everything that happened in the dream was turned into reality. And it was so weird because while all this stuff was happening, it was like I was having deja vu. It was like exactly what I saw in the dream is what occurred during that time, like, is what happened right then and there. And it's such a weird feeling. I'm just like, wait, didn't I, like, why I feel like I've already been here before? Like, it was so crazy. And I was just like, what the heck? Like, I'm like, I'm like, what? I'm like, oh my goodness. I was loyal to somebody, and I love somebody so much that it made me, like, brainwash myself, but I was just so naive. Oh my goodness, I was so naive. But I knew what was going on. My spirit knew, and I betrayed my own self just to respect somebody else. And I will never do that again. I'm gonna tell you guys, like, I remember I was literally a phone call, like, not even a phone call, I was one word away from saying, like, yo, I was gonna confess my feelings to this friend. I called them, and it was like, yo, Nala, like, how are you, da 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 da. And then I was like, I'm good, like, I have something to tell you. And then he was just telling me, like, yo, I'm doing something right now, I'll call you back later. And then I was like, okay, and then as soon as I was about to spit the words out of my mouth, I swear, I felt, it was like something took over my body, but like, something was like, no, don't do it, Nala. Like, something told me, like, something was like, no, don't do it. And it's so weird because I was like, what? Why are you? It was like my body was like, no. Like, my body would not let me do it. Like, I didn't have no control over myself. Like, my flesh, like, everything. I don't know what it was, but something was like, no, don't tell him. I didn't end up telling him. I see him a week later, and that's when, boom, 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 the dream, everything that I saw in the dream happened and came into reality. And I have never felt so stupid, so betrayed, so and that was like my real first, like, I'll say crush. Like, that was the real, like, when I like somebody, like, I'm obviously, like, I'm really intentional. I'm really, like, all about you. You know what I'm saying? And not only did I lose a crush, I lost a friend. And I remember feeling, I'm shaking. I'm sorry if like, the camera's shaky because I'm shaking. I remember feeling I was just super stuck and lost and sad, and I was all over the place. And I was just so lost. Like, you guys, I felt so stuck, and I was just like, wow. And what really just made me so mad at myself, because I was angry at myself for a long time, and I felt the disappointment of God. Like, I felt the disappointment of, like, me. I felt the disappointment from the world. Like, it was like, after that, life was just hitting me. It was like I was on suspension. I was on punishment for not listening. But, I mean, this is what I get. And no matter how sad I was, no matter how, like, shook and betrayed I felt, I knew I deserved it. And I never hated that person for doing me like that, because I knew I should have listened to those dreams. I should have listened. I should have listened to my body. But I didn't. And that's when I learned, like, not only you got something, you got beautiful gifts, and you have to just remember who you are and never second guess yourself for somebody, because just never betray yourself for somebody else, because it just felt so genuine. But I knew something was off, and I literally, like, you guys, I swear, I had a feeling something was off, but like the way they were acting, like, it made me thought something was wrong with me, because they weren't giving off evil. They weren't giving off envious or jealous of me. They weren't giving me that. And maybe it was because I loved and appreciated this friend so much that, like, made me, like, feel blind to, like, what was going on. And, like, that whole week of me having dreams about this person, but they were just acting really nice and really, like, just normal, like how our bond usually was. But I felt something, just that one feeling. If you ignore that one feeling, if you ignore it, it's gonna cost you your life. And I'm so happy I learned so early, because it's just like, imagine if I did listen to that emotion, to my intuition. If I listened to my intuition, I wouldn't have had them years of healing. I wouldn't have had that betrayal. They wouldn't have so much control over my emotions, and I wouldn't have let them become that close to me. Like, but you guys, let me tell you guys how it protected my innocence, how my intuition protected my innocence as well. About, like, that same week after they betrayed me and everything like that, they get into a relationship. And in this relationship, a couple months go by, right? They end up breaking up. And y'all, the girl basically reaches out to me. And, like, she was telling me how, oh, Nala, like, she was basically saying, and she was telling everyone this as well, but she was saying how, like, the whole relationship, she was getting cheated on. She was, like, she was telling me how he kept on talking about me, like, and he made me seem like such a terrible person. Like, he kept on bringing me up and gossiping about me, and, like, the things she was telling me about myself, I was like, yeah, that's not true. And, like, she knew literally everything about me too, like, but then, like, the things that ex-friend told her, and I was like, no, that's not what happened. I'm like, no, like, no. And I felt so bad for her, because she was a beautiful, beautiful girl, so sweet. And she was telling me how he got played. There was always another girl in the relationship. He was, like, just always entertaining or just being really friendly to other people, and just doing disrespectful things to her. And, like, she gave up so much for that person, for that friend. And I'm like, oh my God. And when she told me all this stuff, I was crying. Not in front of her, but, like, after the fact, once I processed everything, I was crying, because I'm just like, damn, Nala. Like, that could have been you. That could have been you. No matter how guilty I even felt cutting them off, because even though they betrayed me, I still wanted to, like, make amendments and, you know, just move on, because that was my friend, you know, and friendship breakups hurt so much. So, but after that final disrespect, that final thing, I was like, okay, it made me easier to move on, and it made me realize that I made the right choice. And I was never the problem. All that overthinking and crying, all those tears, and just all those emotions, and just questioning myself, like, that kind of gave me the closure. His disrespect was the closure I needed, and the betrayal, but, like, that really was, like, the icing on the cake. And I kind of felt relieved, because it's like, also, after I let that friendship go, my body felt so refreshed, and my body started getting better. You know, remember when I told you guys I was sick? I stopped being sick. Like, I started to recover. Like, I started feeling so much better. It was like my spirit felt much more light. Like, I felt much more relaxed. And it's crazy because I would have never guessed till this day. Like, I would have never guessed. Like, I really thought they were still going to be in my life today. Like, and so on. And it's just crazy. Like, they really fooled me. Like, oh my. And just listening to her story and what she told me, like, now I look at myself years later, you guys. I still have my first kiss. I still have this. I have no soul ties with anybody. I still have my innocence. I still have a lot of things that I know if I would have given him the chance, that all that stuff would have been taken. Like, he would have took that stuff from me. I would have allowed it too. Like, I would have gotten played. I would have gotten cheated on. My first relationship, my first relationship, like, that would have been trash. Like, I would have gotten so hurt. And I'm just like, wow. Like, this whole time, and just grieving from a situation like that is so traumatic, and it really made me so guarded up. But it was like, after I cut that person off, I really leveled up. And it's just crazy because you never know who it could be. And you just never know. You never really know. And that's like the most craziest thing about it. I love hearing the birds chirp, but like, they really tried to manipulate and gaslight, like, my kindness, and take advantage of, like, and to this day, you guys, I'm just so happy I listened and I learned. Yeah. Yeah, guys. Like, it really sucks, but I'm happy that I definitely learned from the situation, and I'm still the happy, jolly, innocent, pure. My purity's never going away, but no soul ties. I still have everything. And I'm just so blessed and grateful and thankful, you guys. I am so thankful. So you're not going crazy. Them dreams, listen to your dreams. Like I always tell you guys, I have so many videos. I've had so many crazy dreams that turn into reality. Like, dreams are not just dreams. Dreams are signs. They are like, just listen to them. And they symbolize a whole lot of what's going to happen in the future. So, and what's happening to yourself internally. Yeah, guys. I love you guys. I miss you guys. Yeah. Subscribe to my channel, you guys. I miss you guys so much. I'm going to be going back to posting and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's it. Mwah. Bye-bye. Love you guys. I wanna all night.